Yes, indeed, Kim, carpe diem. Well, if you're seizing today, the temperatures are not too bad. Let's take a look actually at some must-see video before we get into our forecast conditions. Drifts. And that has been one of the big things with so much wind in eastern Canada. It's drifting all of that snow up against the sides of buildings. In some cases, those snow drifts are reaching right up to the rooftops. Very amazing stuff. We're going to go over to Kevin right now and get in on our forecast conditions. So we sent him outside in Oakville. Buds on trees, yes, good news indeed. Thank you so much for that, Kevin. Let's get into your forecast now. So we don't have much in the way of weather right now, but looking into Wednesday morning, this is a concern for the GTA and for Hamilton because we could have some mixing coming through with our next low pressure system. Winds are likely expected to stay as rain. It could be even some freezing rain in Sarnia down toward Grand Bend and London to start. So the early morning time tomorrow will be possibly icy here. And of course, you've got, so many people traveling on the 401 down through southwestern Ontario. That's the concern. But there is some rain on the way because the temperatures will then rise. So that risk for freezing rain in the GTA is probably more so 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. The early morning drive may be okay. So it might be a day to really kind of get out early for that morning commute. Thanks so much for that, Jacqueline. Great explanation as always. And we have the potential of seeing some freezing rain in our area by tomorrow morning. More details on that coming up in just a moment, though. Let's go to our must-see video. Snowiest winter season ever. And I guess it's always possible that we could reach that #1 spot as St. John, New Brunswick already has. We, on the other hand, we don't have that much in the way of snow on the ground, at least not in the GTA. Let's turn it over to Kevin in Oakville. Well, the next couple of days do, Kevin, promise to be at least seasonal. Keep in mind that the normal this time of year is around 7 degrees. I mentioned that there's some freezing rain potential on the way. Look at that warm front coming through. Rain with that, yes, but with warm air overriding cold air at the surface, as we have seen some cold temperatures the last couple of days, especially in the overnights, it's conducive to freezing rain. We need to be concerned about the mixing here. And then down in southwestern Ontario, it's so beautiful, simply spectacular. The colors always amaze me every single time. And you know what? There are more time-lapse videos found online at theweathernetwork.com if you like that kind of thing. Not just aurora borealis, but really time-lapse photography of all sorts. Let's take a look at our must-see video, and it is breaking up on the St. Clair River. Now, keep in mind, this time of year, I know we've had some cold temperatures as of late, but we do not want to be near the river's edge anywhere across southern Ontario at this point. Let's turn it over outside to Kevin and check in on our conditions. We'd like to see that, Kevin, and we have a low pressure system. I don't know if you like to see this, but we can't stop it. Low pressure system is coming our way. We have a warm front, and with a warm front like this, and keep in mind we've had cold air at the surface, right? Warm air over cold air means the possibility of some freezing rain, and that may be the case in the GTA and in Hamilton for tomorrow morning. Timing on this likely in that 8 to 10 a.m. hour frame, time frame, I should say. But we do want to be mindful that some of this could even just be some cold rain, and that will certainly be the case. And it's good that we got that lesson from Jacqueline just now because we have exactly that in the forecast for tomorrow morning. So we'll touch on that in just a moment. First, though, let's go over to the lower north shore of Quebec. And if you know, drifts massively impacted by the wind and the snow this year, as most years, really. But let's take a look at our conditions because we don't have any snow in the forecast, but we have some potential for freezing rain. Let's go over to Kevin right now in Oakville and check in outside. So there you go, right? Even the Weather Network, of course, have their own weather station. Let's take a look at, maybe you do too, maybe you have a barometer in your home or something like that. We have our precipitation types on this map. We have rain down into the southwest. We have the potential for some freezing rain. It's a big potential here for the morning time. Now, early to start, like say you leave the house at, 5 a.m., 6 a.m., you should be okay. But it's at 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. time frame where it could get a little bit dicey. So keep that in mind. Wednesday, though, it does get milder. So we have that mix in the morning, potential for freezing rain. It gets mild. It gets a little windy as well. Thank you so much for that, Emily, with a recap of what's happening in the world. And you know what? We have actually the potential for some freezing rain, which I'll tell you about in just a moment. This is a must-see video, though, first. Some interesting formations that are happening there. Certainly, the melt is underway on the rivers and the tributaries and the streams for sure. When we look at our temperatures, though, the pattern changes. So right now, high pressure. That's why we're so chilly. Now, the next low pressure system has a warm front coming in. It does bring us warmer temperatures by afternoon, sitting at 8, with some rain showers coming through, possibly starting at the early morning part in some mixing down through the southwest. And then more so in that time frame of, say, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., the potential is there for the GTA and for Hamilton. But rainfall is on the way. After the next couple of days of milder temperatures, then we have a pattern change where we stay chilly, possibly through mid-April.